Some things in Portugal are still good prices. Like I bought 4 bags of cement, 2 lime, a whole lot of stainless for the lightweight steel, 2 roofing, 2 pig roof panels, the tensioners, and what else did I get? A tarp, and these 2 special tape for sealing.
I think that was one
roof.
of the more expensive things, wasn't it?
That was, because they were 23 each.
Yeah.
But altogether 169 euros. Oh, and I got one of those. It's like also a steel shelving system to put in the shed, because I've got more stuff and need to store it properly. So you can still get good things in Portugal. Tandy's a little bit scared of the drone, which is over there. She's hiding behind the chair. What's that, Tandy? Oh, you're not going to come and, oh, no, you're not going to eat it.
Exactly, this is.
Definitely not. She was ready. Okay, it's stopped now. I'll pick it up and put it with the rest of the toys I've collected.
Exactly.
Okay, so Juno is having a nap on the top of the rock next to this pig house. You can see the roof of the pig house here and the solar panel there, and she's just having a nap.
Same problem that you have when you see it on video, you can't see the height difference.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's right, yeah. No, I'm just thinking.
But it's
Depends on what is under here, but probably not the problem. You make a little base.
I haven't seen it here yet when it was wet, but I don't think
I haven't
so.
lived here, so I don't know.
Because almost everything around it is lower.
Yeah.
So I think this is actually.
Are you ripping the insides out of this poor duck?
You want to make the pipe? Or is it
So you're going to make a big mess over here now,
I got her pretty.
Tandy.
like a raft or a barn?
I'm looking at what you're doing.
What do you call it? Irrigation around it.
Right, so Walter you met last week from Netherlands, and this is Rickard from Sweden,
Hello.
who's also arrived to come and help a little bit on the farm. He wants to sort of build up his muscles. He's looking to see what strong things, what heavy things he can do.
And the electric poles there.
That's the road.
I think. But that one is not. It comes from the village as well, right? But it's if you have the pump here or the well in the village, this road go here, and then was another road
Yeah, this was
to the
if you come-
cemetery.
that's the one we're on.
Yeah.
And then if you're facing that one and to the left,
Walter has this great idea just to try and he's using the pickaxe, or the hoe actually, to try and make a little channel. So because we got rain expected this week again, so that instead of running down, the water might run down this way, because we wanted to eventually go to that pond. Although if we are going to build the barn over here, then we're going to be
we're
making
going to divert it around it again. But
okay.
also, if this works as is right now, because this is only temporarily, we can make a diagonal trench,
Yeah,
fill it with rocks, to make sure the flow of water actually gets interrupted
yeah.
and goes that way. And that's also how we can divert it past the barn later on.
Okay, Walter is full of great ideas. He's being ably helped by Tandy, who's removing all the sticks out of his way, and Juno, who's making sure that Tandy's doing a good job of moving the sticks. Because Juno obviously is not going to do anything physical. Yeah, Tandy's busy with the sticks. Juno's just sitting down. Oh no, she's going to lie down soon. Yep,
Nice soft
there we
birds.
go. There's Juno. Working hard. Tandy will probably start digging over here soon as well. She'll come and help you dig it. Yep. Oh, anything to dig?
Go
Anything
dig, girl. Let's
interesting?
Go dig. Yeah.
You want to do some digging, Tandy? And there we have Digger Girl doing some digging. She was just digging. Now she's gonna look.
Yeah.
Look, there she starts. No, what are you doing? Where are you digging?
She just
Where
wants
are
to
you
make a wider
digging?
trench for us.
You're making a wider trench. Yeah, Juno's just relaxing. So there was very, very heavy rain during the night, and so the little trench that we've trying to redirect water over here seems to have worked. You can see where the water has run and then run down over there. So that's very good. Excellent. So you say we're going to have to do more of these.
More, and this was just a concept. We'll actually have to make them deeper and fill them in with gravel. But yeah, it should work.
Yeah, that looks good. We still have like a little puddle right at the bottom there, you can see. A little bit more of a puddle. But do you think the water's just coming off the rocks on the side of the
Well,
road?
from this part of the rocks anyway, down the hill, and
Probably from the slope up here.
Yeah.
Coming out, and when it's raining now by lunchtime, we can
Yeah.
actually see it when it's where it's coming out,
Okay.
and maybe make a little runoff there.
Okay. We'll see. We just have to make sure it doesn't run into Louise's shed like we did the last one.
Oh,
well, we've got a little ditch there already. We can use that as well.
yeah.
No, we should be fine avoiding that, I think.
And I think my big problem with these pig houses is that we never did it with a slopey roof.
Yeah.
And so the water then collects in the top on the top
Oh,
of them. So that's the... So any pig house that is built now
Needs the sloping roof.
needs to slope. And Ollie and I, we were looking, I think inside there, in a flatter area there, we'll do the pig house, because the pig house doesn't have to be right next to the fence there. Because this has got like the water, we don't want the water to run into the pig house. So there's a flatter area up there, but you can see there's lots of grass around for them to eat as well when we move them in there. I've got a couple more fruit trees that I'll carry on. I started putting fruit trees in here. So this can become like a little orchard area. So I've got 2 peach trees, 2 Szechuan pepper trees, and a mulberry tree in here at the moment. Well, I had a mulberry tree. I don't know if it's still here. Yeah, I think the mulberry tree is not here anymore. Yeah, if the tree loses its leaves, then the dogs seem to think they can pull it out, because they've done this with the passion fruit trees, and they looks like they've done this with the mulberry as well. It's a pity, because yesterday it still had a couple of leaves on the top, but today there's no sign of it. So is that working? Do you think that should work? Yeah, that's the right stuff.
Yeah, but
So while I was in Fundau with Walter this morning, Rickard stayed behind and did an amazing job sorting out the shed. He has assembled the extra shelving that I've bought, and that goes over there, so everything has its place. And look how cool is this. He's even the board that I used to cut up pig's food, vegetables, is there. And look, the knife for that is hanging so that we don't ever lose it. So very, very organized. Absolutely wonderful. you can see where I sprinkled the grass seeds. So Ollie is also here. He's the one you saw on the roof, making sure that it's completely watertight, because there were two places where there was a little bit of leakage coming if the rain was very, very heavy, where the two different roofs joined. So Ollie has started, you can see his line over here. He's going to put in the fence over here, and we're going to repurpose that gate and to divide this pen into two. So that house over there will service this pen, and that house will service this pen. And these will be two extra maternity ward areas. And I will be going around with chicken wire and the cable ties, just to put that around so that piglets, when they come, aren't going to be hopping out through the fence like they've done previously. So that's the plan. So I'm really lucky at the moment. I have 3 male volunteers. So this is why this could be now called Cindy's Man Ranch. And so we have Ollie from Germany/South Africa. We have Rickard from Sweden and Walter from the Netherlands. And they all bring different strengths. They're all camping under the olive grove while they look for properties, and yeah, just need a place to stay as well at the moment. So they're camping under the olive grove and helping on the farm and getting a lot of these little jobs done that I'm trying to get to. But because some days, like last week, I was working from 5 in the morning and then I was only finishing at 9 at night. Last week was a crazy week, and this week I'm off to Norway to go and lead a workshop, so I leave tomorrow morning. So yeah, well, tomorrow morning, by the time you see this video, it'll be past that. So today's Monday and I'll be leaving on Tuesday for Norway, back on Friday. So luckily I've got these 3 men to manage things while I'm gone. What an absolute blessing getting all these little jobs done. Actually, some of these jobs are not so little, they're quite big, so it's a huge relief. You can see how the water runs down over here as well. Look how it's washed away all the topsoil. So you can see the amount of soil on the top, and then it's just granite underneath. You can see they're doing a little bit more work to try and get runoff off this road. While I was in Fundau, the 4 new IBC tanks arrived, and these are all clean ones, so I don't even have to rinse them out, which is fantastic. And so change of plan, discussing with the men who know more than me, we've decided instead of building the barn down past the chicken coop in front of those sheds, that's where like water collects as well. So this area is higher up and it's quite flat. So if we do like the fence for the chicken area over there, they'll get that tree in as an like for shade and that, and then build a big barn up here. I think the ground might be quite hard, but when Frank the digger comes, I'm going to get him to level this nicely and dig the foundation trenches. So the barn will be here. I'm going to have IBC tanks. I'll set them up the same way that the anonymous plumber did the others, because across the road, that's going to be a new pig pen, because there's lots of shade for the summer. And there's of course all the acorns they can get. And this, if I turn around slowly, you see the solar panel, the pump over there. The water mine is just the other side, so I'll be able to pump from there up here to these IBC tanks, and keep them filled as well. So, and then just have a pipe from here that'll go across the road to be able to give the pigs water. So they won't have to get water from the other IBC tanks over there. This will be much better plan. And one of these IBC tanks will go next to the house to collect rainwater again. This is another little, just to try and divert the runoff to go down here.
Well, this is the thing. I think this would be a good place for a swale indeed.
Oh yeah.
Because then you can at least slow the water down a lot.
Yeah.
And later on divert it again.
That's the problem. It's coming too fast.
Exactly. We're digging you a little gully.
I see you digging a gully. You guys are like working up a big sweat.
I've earned my gym money back with this already.
Yeah, I see that. So you can see over here, they've also created an area just to try and get runoff that comes down this hill over here. So we're just trying to get as many little runoff areas as possible to go down and eventually hopefully end up near the water mine. So we've just gone around with the neighbors, marking all the border stones with yellow paint, so that when I do this new pig pen over here, that's going to be in this area, with the mushroom rock will be in the new pig pen, because there's the boundary stone. So that way we're not going to run into trouble and go into the neighbor's property. So we've just agreed on the boundary stones. But look how stunning it is under these old oak trees up here at the top of the land. And I'm thinking, so we're thinking the pig pen is probably, the boundary will come down here, even though my land carries on further that way to the road. But it would be nice to actually put on the other side of the pig pen fence, to put under these oak trees, to put a bench that you can come and sit in this beautiful area looking at the mushroom rock and admiring the pigs.
That on it? Yes, exactly there. I know that trick.
Oh, I tried to do that
One more.
and I couldn't get anything.
I learned that trick on YouTube. I've never tried it before.
And then you do it like this. This time it will not work because I didn't come deep enough. This one I will come deep.
Oh, wow.
That is the better way to leave it.
Powerful. Yes. Okay, let's go and look.
But we could chop them up, and that takes a few minutes only.
Right, the anonymous plumber had done such a great job when he was here. What you're hearing now is the water going into the tank that goes for the washing up and the toilet. And Rickard is amazed at how good the plumber was.
This is good. No, this looks great.
Yeah. It breaks my heart every time I have to leave the farm to go off and do a work assignment. This week I'm heading to Norway to go and give a workshop. I've got 3 able-bodied men looking after everything on the farm. I've left them with a job list. They asked for a job list. It'll be nice if some of the jobs get done, but it's not a requirement to stay on the farm. Isn't it beautiful? This is now early in the morning. I'm about to drive off to the airport. Babies are up early eating with her. Yeah. Love it. Right, just arrived at the airport and I am about to go. I've already checked in, so I've got to go, through the boarding gate, parking my car here in the airport parking area for a few days. So at least the farm is in good hands, like 3 sets of hands. So that's very good.
And it's keep raining. Today it's been a rainy day, so I'm turning the camera around. So you see me here, I'm all soaked. The pants, everything is just water. Hello everyone, I just want to confirm that the trench here is working well and it's leading down the water to here, where we made a diversion to get it down here. And Walter, he's been playing a little bit with his pick. Walter, and he's been doing a trench all the way down to the pond, the well, and it's working wonderful. To mend this little hole here, because one of the piglets escaped here, so we have to mend it and fix this little hole. But I have so many curious kids here, I cannot work really. I'm gonna put this cable stretcher here and see what happens. This is of course temporarily.
There we go, another tree.
Wow, cool. And now she's eating a carrot. I saw that now.
Ah, cool.
Possibility. So we're just waiting for the cement truck to come.
Maybe it will later.
So on the way back from Castillo, we've snuck into Cindy's to check up on you. Which one are you going to steal? This one or this one?
All of the piglets.
Oh, I don't know. I like that one over there. That's my favourite. This one here.
Yeah.
The one at the back there. That one.
Oh.
Ah, look at that. Right, Coco Pop. You alright? You alright, Coco? Yeah. These are very brown. Look how brown this one is.
Those two both
Yeah, they're very brown. And these are like black and blonde.
They're so pretty.
That one hasn't got any wattles.
No.
Like Wilbur.
When you go away and you come back in the dark and you wake up to this in the morning. Oh, so cool. Got a new IBC tank to harvest rainwater again. Thank you so much to Kerry Wilson from Australia, who has helped invested in an IBC tank for us. So thank you so much, Kerry Wilson. These piglets have grown. I've only been away 4 days, but I swear they've doubled their size. They are really big. Okay. So look what the men did when I was in Norway. They have cemented this big post in. So this is going to be like a corner post. That's why it's a big one. And then all the other posts have been put in. We will be putting fencing between them. So this pen is going to come up to where that tree is over there, across, and it's going to go all the way down. This is what we were measuring before, and you can see the posts are, the holes have all been dug, as you can see, using the next door neighbors have got one of those petrol augers, so we've used that to dig the holes, because you've got to do this time of year. In summer it is just too hard. The ground is too hard. And we had previously marked the border. We'd gone around with Christina and marked the border with yellow, as you can see over there. So these are still going to be put in more securely, but the holes have all been dug. You can see they're going to have these like grassy areas, tree areas, acorns lying around. This is going to be an amazing pen for these pigs. Right, here's another hole. So we've put, these posts are going to be going in every 2 meters, because my experience is every 4 meters might be okay for sheep, but pigs need every 2 meters. So this maternity ward has all been, it's all got the chicken wire at the bottom, so we won't have piglets going exploring anymore. And inside we can see this one has now been split into 2. So there's the fence to make 2 separate pig pens, and there's a really nice gate as well over there to get from the one to the other. So this was always one big pig pen, which was a bit of a waste because they never came into this area. And now, yeah, it'll be 2 separate ones. So we won't have that same instance we had with Cinnamon Bun feeding apple pies babies and then not being able to feed her own.
See if it flows properly now.
Yeah.
With the gravel in it. Without the gravel it was perfect. It was the little stream that I showed
Yeah.
you. But with the gravel we'll have to wait and see.
So Walter has put this in. He says this is quite cheap, this. And it worked well without gravel in, but he's put gravel in. What's the reason for putting the gravel in?
Just because this needs some gravel to support it. I think the plastic alone won't hold the weight of the cars going over.
Okay.
So I filled it up with gravel. It should leave the water running through.
Yeah.
We just have to see if it leaves enough water running through, if the pipe is wide enough to support it when it properly rains.
Okay. That's brilliant. And so then this runs down as well to the water mine. So it's like all roads here lead to the water mine. Okay, so because the water's been coming down here, they've made a bit of a diversion over here as well. That goes down to that area. So you say at the top here on this side, the soil is quite sandy between the boulders.
Yes, it's super sandy. Well, you can see it here on the side. It's super sandy. Has a little bit of the rocky soil on top, but we should be able to work with that.
Yeah.
And I hope it's the same on this side, but I'm not quite sure with the granite boulders.
Yeah, this one seems to be a lot more granity. Yeah, there's a lot of granite everywhere. I know when we were trying to dig holes before over here, it was very difficult with the granite.
And also in the lower part or just in the upper part? Do you remember?
Down there for those fences.
Yeah.
For all those fences, it was quite hard. Right, so this diversion that's coming on this side of the road here seems to be making quite a big difference as well. The Lion Queens of Bella Pedra. Right, fruit trees that I got from the Fundau market have all been planted here, so hopefully they will grow well and there'll be an orchard over here as well.
They recognize your car.
I know my car. The dogs, the pigs.
Start running as well.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We need a wheelbarrow. Because you don't want to chuck it on the floor, right?
No,
All
but
that-
I don't know. I don't think that's going to fit in the shed though.
No, not all.
So what I'm thinking is if I put maybe some of those bricks down. Yeah, no, I'm thinking.
It's up to you. You can put them here. But these ones were there for some special
No,
purpose.
I just thought in case we need it for something.
Oh, okay.
I got them as to use in case we need for something. And
Are they
yeah.
rainproof, those bags?
I'm not sure, but I mean the thing is that's why it got that like top, but we can always put the other plastic or those things can go on top of it. You know those roof things.
Oh, yes, yes. I know.
That can go on top.
Just thinking where we should put them so we don't have to move them again.
See if we put them down maybe next to the shed, but then it's got to be lifted up because
Yeah. So we will put them here as before. And we'll just
you know, well, I don't know, that's like a piece of a pallet on top of the wood cutting thing there. I don't know if you want to put that.
That's a good idea. You don't have any more pallets?
No, I've used all the pallets. We could always put some of the wood down on top of bricks. What are you two dogs doing? Messing around. Yes, I'm looking at both of you. Right, I've harvested the beetroot and the turnips, and I'm gonna give them to the pigs as a treat. I've still got some more beetroot left here. There's more and more flowers coming. But look here, I've got a tiny squash. If you can see in there, look at that. Men worked so hard when I was away. I thought I'm going to make a nice apple crumble. Obviously the pills go for the pigs, but this was quite a good price today. It was a good price today. It was $1.29. Well, that's €1.29 a kilo. I also brought them some pepperkaka and aquavit from Norway. I've peeled about 8 apples, cut them into pieces, and I'm going to boil this up to make it soft, not mushy like a dente. And then I'll mix in cinnamon and sugar, and then I'll put a crumble top on. So I have my apple over there. I'm going to add in some cinnamon, some cloves, and some ginger, just to give it nice flavor, and then I'll make the crumble. Okay, I've added in some sugar and all the spices, and I'm going to mix it up now. So making the crumble, you chop your batter up into like little blocks. You just pour some sugar on it, and then I'm going to add some self-raising flour. Don't ask for this recipe. I never measure it. I've made it for years, so I just throw in till I can see that it looks ready. But I'm now going to mix the sugar and the batter, mix that together, and then when I add in the self-raising flour, then that is going to look like breadcrumbs, and that's how you make your crumble. Starting with our barbecue that we've been managing over here, lots of things to eat.